Shout it out. Shout it out. It's your boy Heightened Senses. We back with another one. We got AI takeover going crazy out here, people. Let's get right into this.
So I just had to make this video because a friend just called me and said, James, did you just see what's going to happen next year? And I was like, what? Then he sends me this, posted on April 25th by this account. All vehicles made next year will be required to have a switch. And immediately I started thinking that this has to be a joke.
What?
Then I started searching a little bit and I found out, no, it isn't.
Of America, do not buy a new car because starting 2027, every new car in the United States will be required by law to have tech that puts constant surveillance on the driver.
So I started digging into this and I found out that not only are our cars possibly already spying on us, next year, they'll have a surveillance system driven by AI.
Lip reading, cameras inside your cab, machine learning trained on lip movement datasets, cloud connected, your face processed somewhere you'll never see, stored as long as they want. Acoustic lip reading, if the cameras aren't enough, the system emits inaudible sound waves and reads the echoes bouncing off of your mouth.
You're basically going to be rolling in the cameras. Basically, they're going to change. They're going to start making these cars into the vehicles. Like if you drive for Amazon and when you're doing work on the road, you got a whole what's the name of that system? I'm about to say Vocalec, but it ain't a Vocalec. It's some type of system that they put inside these cars that tracks the drive, it tracks the movement, it tracks everything you do just to make sure that you're driving correctly. That's more than likely what they're talking about. That's what they're about to start putting inside of these cars. I already know where this is going.
Reading and emotion detection inside of a car. Yes, you did hear that right. Ford submitted a patent application this week for interior cameras and radar to be able to read your lips and detect your current emotion.
So you see, this is one of the reasons people are freaking out. It's not going to be one or two cameras inside your car. It's going to be an entire sophisticated AI system. Something out of a James Bond movie, actually. Something so sophisticated that I wouldn't doubt that it actually reads your thoughts. And that's not the worst part.
No! Now imagine there was an emergency outside the truck, an accident, something terrible on the ranch with a chainsaw. And I jump in this truck, but the truck, it won't shift into drive. Why? Because the cameras and sensors inside this cab won't let it shift because it detects my eyes are big, there's a lot of emotion, there's some panic.
So it seems that the AI-driven system will be run by detecting your emotions. In other words, from day to night, or actually next year, you're gonna have to be a robot, an emotionless person driving. Going deeper into this, I found out this is one.
So if you just had an argument with your chick and you want to hop in the car and get up out of there, you got to make sure you calm your ass down before you drive. You're going to have to go sit in the car, take deep breaths, start doing woosahs, rub the ears and everything before the car allows you to take off. Because from what it's saying is that this detection system is not going to allow you to drive if it senses that you're not in position to drive due to your emotions, whether you're panicked, whether you're hyped, whether you're too excited, whatever, or too tired, whatever. But it gets deeper than that, and I'm gonna give my take on it once you finish.
Bizarre rabbit hole.
I want to do a follow-up video about how my car is using twice as much gas as it was before we started this. Now, you can all call me crazy and say there ain't no way possible. They're not putting water in the gas.
So not only your car may already be spying on you, by next year, there will be an AI surveillance system installed. If it decides you're not fit to drive, you won't. It will actually make decisions for you, and you're still gonna have to pay for it. But we can...
It's deeper than that, because they even said that it's gonna be connected to the authorities. From what I believe, it's gonna be connected to the police. So therefore, eventually it's gonna tap into your whole car system. If you think about it, it'll tap into your whole car system, right? They'll be able to hit you with a ticket from inside of your car if your car goes over the speed limit at any time during your drives. They'll be able to just sit there ticketing you and never mind the fact of who's watching you. But anything you was able to get away with before, you will not be able to get away with. You have a cop watching. You have a cop driving with you in your passenger seat, pretty much.
Still just keep our old cars, right? Well, this is where the rabbit hole gets pretty bizarre. Let's first begin with the basic. And it all starts with this video made by this account posted 3 days ago. Let's take a look at this.
No! Now imagine there was an emergency outside the truck, an
like
accident,
we just
something
seen
terrible
this.
on the ranch with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
And I jump in this truck, but the truck, it won't shift into drive. Why? Because the cameras and sensors inside this cab won't let it shift, because it detects my eyes are big, there's a lot of emotion, there's some panic, and it doesn't feel that I'm fit to drive. Now that's not science fiction, that is happening because just filed the patents.
Okay.
It actually has a series of patents down at the U.S. Patent and Trade Office that deal with the sensors and cameras inside the cab of their truck. And if the sensors in that truck determine that you're not fit to drive, that truck will not actually shift from park to drive. Now, they already have a
Insane.
system called telematics, and that's where they can actually pull up cameras in real time inside the cab of their fleet vehicles. Now,
That's
they
what I
actually
was
market
talking about.
this to insurance companies. Because
Yeah, actually, there's people finding out that there's some of these cars that we're buying already, or some of the rented cars that already have hidden cameras and microphones. I'm going to show you guys a video that's pretty interesting in a few minutes.
truth is, this is really about who owns the data and who owns the liability. Now, your
Right.
name might actually be on the title of this truck, and you may have paid for it, but you don't own it.
Yeah, this is the entire problem.
Now, didn't file just one patent. They filed a stack of them, all within months of each other. Are you sitting down?
Yeah.
This technology patent doesn't just watch you. This
Or-
one puts you in jail.
What?
Filed a patent, serial
What?
number 0104469, where the system takes
just
your
saying that.
biometric data, your face, your iris, and your fingerprint, and it runs it through a criminal database in real time.
See, wait a minute.
Someone said take a picture of your hand, upload it to ChatGPT, and have it give you a palm reading?
Yeah, so this was posted by this account a couple of hours ago. That viral palm reading trend going around, do not do it. Uploading a high-resolution biometric map of your hand to a third-party server. Unlike password, you cannot change your palm
Right.
lines or your fingerprints, so once it's online, there is no going back. Let me see when this trend started. So this has been going since 2024, and it's interesting how on Twitter, it's already being warned by the platform itself that you should not upload biometric data, details, fingerprints to ChatGPT or any cloud service. Yeah, so it's interesting how the advice is not to upload your biometric data to cloud services and ChatGPT, but then there's a bunch of people already doing that. But hey, that data isn't going to be used for anything, right?
And it runs it through a criminal database in real time while you're sitting in your own truck. Think about what that means. You wake up one morning, you walk out to your driveway, you climb into a vehicle with your name on the title, on property with your name on the deed. And before you go anywhere, before you've done a single thing wrong, your truck is already running your face through a law enforcement database.
Crazy.
Own patent language describes this as potentially useful for police. They wrote that into the patent application. So the question isn't whether this technology can be abused. It already told you
will.
who it's for. You just didn't know that you were buying a cop car. Now I'm going to walk you through a
Basically.
few of these patents. Lip reading.
This is the scariest one in my opinion.
Wow.
Lip reading. What else do they have?
Your
what?
cab, machine learning trained on lip movement datasets. Cloud connected, your face
If you lip reading in my car, you gonna see me. You gonna get a bunch of rap songs printed out. That's about all you gonna get. That's about all that's going on in my. I'm singing out loud. That's it. I'm still not
processed
getting it.
somewhere you'll never see, stored as long as they want. Acoustic lip reading, if the cameras aren't enough, the system emits inaudible sound waves and reads the echoes bouncing off of your mouth. You can't see it, it's just happening. Biometrics, your face, fingerprint, iris, filed February 2024, and it was published August 2025. This one is assigned a serial number because it's real. Ad listening, this is scary. It monitors conversations between everyone in the cab. It serves targeted ads based on what you and others
talking
are
about.
talking about while
Yeah,
you're
though.
driving.
Wait a second. The targeted ads thing, this is how it all started.
This just sucks if you own a is spamming customers with ads inside the cars that look like this now. And I don't care, I think it's a safety hazard. I mean, imagine stopping at a red light and instead of being able to see your maps or your music, an ad is just thrown in your face that you can't skip.
It has hundreds of sensors and cameras, and it's kind of collecting information about everything that you do, including when you're, taking a corner too fast or rapidly accelerating or braking too hard.
How did people find out about this? Like, how did you find out about it?
Yeah, so I was spending a lot of time on online car forums, and I was seeing people who drove cars made by like Chevy Bolts and Camaros and Corvettes. These drivers said, wow, my insurance rates went up. And I asked why, and the agent told me to pull my LexisNexis consumer disclosure report. And
yeah, so basically some insured cars already have a bunch of surveillance on them, and this takes us to this video that was posted, I guess, last year.
Imagine being able to build an app.
Takes us to this video that was posted, I guess, last year. So he says, hidden secret.
I low-key want to go do that to my car, but I don't want to twist much. I do it and it ain't in there. I'm going to be tight.
In car sun visors spy mix watching us. I wouldn't doubt it, but I'm thinking that this is possibly done by certain dealerships, maybe non-official ones, or renting companies. I'm not sure if mix, but GPS trackers for sure. So let's continue taking a look at what's coming next year.
Now, this one isn't a patent. This one is actually a product page. Right now, fleet managers can pull live in-cabin video feeds of drivers on their phones. Markets seatbelt compliance alerts with the explicit benefit of lowering insurance costs. They said it themselves.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Those little systems are in all of the delivery. Most of the delivery vehicles, most of the big commercial vehicles on the road. With those they track if you put your seatbelt on, if you're driving the speed limit, if you're braking too hard, if you're accelerating too fast. They track just about driver behavior, everything driver behavior. And if you do something wrong, you'll get a beep. And that gets sent to, it'll take a recording and it'll send it to whoever's responsible for watching the videos. So in this case, you do something wrong, it'll probably take the recording and send it right to the cops. With the car information, your license plate, everything else right there. And they just come pull you over, show you your video. That's how that's going to go.
This is the infrastructure, and once the infrastructure exists, it's going to get used and abused. Now,
yeah, and there's no going back. So that's a pretty good explanation of what's possibly coming next year. And I guess the system is a good idea in general. The problem is how it's going to be used and possibly abused. But here's the thing, it's not just one or two brands that are going to be adapting to this. It's going to be all of them.
Because starting 2027, every new car in the United States will be required by law to have tech that puts constant surveillance on the driver. Not only watching you, but listening to your conversations as well. And if the vehicle determines that you're a danger on the road, it will turn your car off. So by 2027, the law states, quote, every new passenger vehicle sold in the United States must include technology that constantly monitors the driver via AI, cameras, and sensors, and can automatically shut down or limit the car if the system decides you're not sober or fit to drive.
Yeah, this totally sounds like 1984 all over again. Yeah, so this is kind of crazy. Let's take a look at this.
National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is creating new motor vehicle safety standards requiring, quote, advanced impaired driving prevention technology powered by AI tools and systems. They state that the technology must now passively monitor the driver at all times.
Oh my gosh.
If the system detects a problem, it can prevent the car from starting or limit its speed and operation while driving. They're not
So if you in there arguing with your chick on the road, arguing with whoever's in your passenger seat or your kids, what if your kids is doing too much playing or whatever and the car just decides to shut down? And this is out of control.
You just decide to close your eyes and stretch. Does it think you're f***ed up and it'll stop the vehicle while you're driving?
It's possible. Yeah, so that's actually a pretty good question. So you can get an idea why people are kind of freaked out about this. And there's a lot of questions to how this is going to work and few answers. And there's also this.
I want to do a follow-up video about how my car is using twice as much gas as it was before we started this. Now, you can all call me crazy and say there ain't no way possible. They're not putting water in the gas. I drive a lot. I drive an hour to work. I drive an hour home from work. I fill my tank twice every week. It used to be $30 to fill it. So $30. And then on Wednesday, I fill it again. That lasts me the rest of the week. I fill my tank twice. Since this started and the prices jumped up. Now I fill my tank Sunday night, Tuesday night, and Thursday night.
Filling it. He ain't saying putting gas. He's not saying, he's saying filling his tank. He said he used to only fill it once a week or something to that nature. Now he's telling you he's filling every other night.
I fill it at the same time. It's about an eighth of the tank, eighth of the way, an eighth of a tank, and I fill it all the way till it clicks. The same gas station. The only difference is the fucking gas is more expensive.
Could just be at one specific spot, and there's people in the comments saying that this is possibly because they're adding ethanol to the gas, but apparently there's a lot of people agreeing with them, saying that their motor idles now. Question is, why is it happening now? I mean, we're gonna have to change from these old cars to the new ones with the new surveillance system, right?
Official, you guys, kill switches are coming to new vehicles. Something you'd expect out of Orwell's 1984.
There's a law that states that every vehicle manufactured is going to have a kill switch in it. The car itself will monitor your driving. And if the car thinks that you're not doing a good job driving, it will disable itself. So the car dashboard becomes your judge, your jury, and your executioner.
Yeah.
Sounds an awful lot like that new movie Mercy that just came out, which takes place in the not so distant future, 2029 to be exact, where he has to prove himself innocent to the AI judge, jury, and executioner. Now, this mandate for vehicles to be able to shut themselves off was actually put into law in 2021 under the administration, under the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. Now, what was voted on the 22nd was the funding for this. Now, the argument for this is that it will stop drunk and distracted driving, but no one knows yet how far this technology will go.
Yeah.
Will it include cameras? Will it include sensors? Will your insurance company have access to this? Will your fourth...
It actually sounds like every sci-fi movie we watched in the past, laughing about it, now becoming reality, not so funny anymore.
They're going to be shutting your car off when they decide, whatever they decide from wherever they decided. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. Well, this shouldn't really be a question.
Massey brought up a good point during his talk where he was saying, what if you're a mother, you want to go get some stuff because a snowstorm is coming, you swerve to miss a pothole, you swerve to miss an animal, you do something that the car doesn't like, and then the car then shuts itself off, and then what? You have to sit on the side of the road and wait for the police to...
Wait a minute, but is AI actually ready to deal with these real-life situations?
That's gonna cause so much of a burden, so much of a stress on the police force, period. All them unnecessary calls they'll be having to answer to, like, that's not gonna work out. That ain't gonna work out.
Very great. Tag mode.
I'm gonna run a mile and you just time me how long it takes, okay? When I say go.
You got it. I'll be ready. Just say go when you start, and I'll keep track.
Okay, ready, go.
All right. I've started timing. Just focus on your run, and I'll be here when you get back.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. I've got your time right here. How do you feel about that, Mom?
How long was it? What?
You clocked in at around 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
I swear I was faster than that.
Sometimes it feels faster in the moment.
No, like I think I was closer to like 2 seconds.
If it starts doing like this video, that it starts hallucinating or imagining a situation that's not happening, this is what concerns a lot of people.
Oh, if only time worked that way. But I promise I'm giving you the real time.
You timed me for 10 minutes.
I promise I didn't sneak any extra seconds in there. But if you want to go for a shorter, faster...
Okay, but... Like, if you're not able to do this, you can admit it.
The problem is AI has directives. It's not gonna break them, and it can't lie.
I'm gonna jump in the air, and then when I say go, you time it, and let me know how long I'm in the air, okay?
All right, I'm ready. Just say go when you take
And
off.
you have no problem.
When you touch down.
No,
and I'll give you the time.
you're able to be a timer though, right?
I sure am.
Okay.
I'll keep track precisely from when you say
Okay,
go.
ready, go.
Got it. I'm counting. Let me know when you land.
Let me know when you land. Why is AI so cool though?
And landing now.
You were in the air for about 1 second.
No,
Sure.
that's not. I was in there for like 5 minutes.
I hear you, but trust me, the timer was ticking.
Yeah, I'm not sure AI is ready to deal with all real-life situations. I'm pretty sure they're developing it and making it better every day, and the idea in general is pretty good. The problem here is how it's going to...
On top of that, it's so much more implications to that, like the fact that it was a well-known quote that says, anybody willing to give up, I guess they're posting it in the name of security, but there's a well-known quote that says, anybody willing to give up a little bit of their freedoms for a little bit of security deserves neither. And in those, we just might not be getting either. We out. Like, share, subscribe, up, heighten senses. We still